Hey guys, it's Chris here from Chris's Creative Life, and I design workshops that help you create beautiful projects from start to finish with easy to follow guides. And I'm excited to be here today to talk to you about my Violet Dreams Scrapbooking Workshop. So the Violet Dreams is a collection from Stampin Up that included like some designer series paper and some die cuts. And I added some stuff to it to create scrapbooking layouts. So if you have never seen or tried one of my workshop guides, I'll just tell you super quickly at the beginning kind of how it works. It's like a tutorial, but a little bit more in depth. Like it tells you exactly how to cut the papers. It works from a supply list. It shows you how to assemble the layouts. For this one, for example, I designed SVGs to coordinate with it. And it is a digital download from my website, which is chrisscreativelife.com. You can find all my workshop guides there on my blog at chrisscreativelife.com in the tab that says workshop guides. So if you pick a workshop guide, add it to your cart and go to checkout, you should technically be redirected to download your workshop guide from a download link. If that doesn't happen, then there is a backup. You should also receive an email to your inbox with your receipt, and that also has a download link on it. Sometimes it's getting harder and harder to get around spam blockers with like a link in something. So lots of times they do end up in your junk or spam or Gmail. It's like your promotions folder, or some email providers just simply block them. So if you do actually have a problem, make sure to reach out to me at Chris at chrisscreativelife.com. That's my business email address. You can always find me there. Also, something that is also very helpful that some people don't realize is when you actually go to checkout, there's a little like checkbox where you can create a customer account. And that gets password protected, right? You use your email address and or username and a password, and then it keeps track of all your digital downloads within your customer portal, and then you can sign back in at any point. You do have to do that either before you check out or as you check out, but that is also another fail-safe so that you can get them at any point, so that maybe if I'm sleeping and I can't answer the email, you can still get your downloads. Okay, so now that all that is over, let's take a look at my scrapbooking workshop. Okay, so this is what the digital download looks like. They're in the 20-page range, depending on which workshop you are looking at. But this, like I said, is the one for Violet Dreams. And so as far as the supply list, I did use the Violet Dreams Designer Series paper, some White Willow cardstock, some Secret Sea cardstock, the iridescent pearl basic jewels, and then linen thread. Like I said, I did create 5 SVG titles for these, and I actually think these are super usable titles that you can use over and over and over again. I tried to create very generic ones so that, like I said, you could actually use them over and over again. It tells you there's some general directions, what your bases are, some suggested photo sizes, but you could always alter those photo sizes if you have more or less photos, want to add bigger photos, all of those things. There is the full color cutting guide. So when you cut your papers, all your layouts should look exactly like mine in the end. There's a set of directions, and then there's also large scale photos and some close-ups of all of the layouts. So that is what comes in the digital download. But let's take a look at the layouts, because that's the fun part. So this one is memories. You could see I loved how striking all of the colors played together, like with the dark Secret Sea and then like the little bit lighter colors mixed in. So this is memories. And then there's cherish, and you could see how much lighter and just kind of almost dainty isn't the right word to describe it, but different it is than the first layout. So this is Cherish. And then the third layout is Remember. You could also color in these die cuts. I didn't in creating them, but they would look really pretty also colored in with blends or watercolor pencils. And then layout number 3 is Today. And like I said, this collection had all these floral images and leaves that you could punch out and add. You can see the pearls here, the linen thread. So that's Today. And these all had these fun frames too as part of the die cuts. And then this is layout number 5 Together. And this is kind of one of those nice mixes between like the purples, the darks, and then the light in the background. So I'll just quickly go backwards again. But as I said, if you ever have any questions, feel free to ask. Just drop them into the comments below, and I do come back and try and get to them as soon as possible. Or like I said, you can always find me at chris@chrisscreativelife.com. There we go. Yeah, I think it turned out really pretty for something that people might have assumed was just for making cards. When they first saw this collection, it was really fun to play with. Okay, so that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you all have an awesome day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.